Alright, so we're going to start on our music player. So we'll be using the HTML5 audio element, and this is kind of similar to the video element where we have an API that we can use to play audio, stop it, or pause it. We can have events so we can track the time and create a progress bar and all that. You can use the audio tag and just plug a source right into it and have just a default looking player like this, but we're going to create a really cool looking one with our own CSS and using the API. All right, so this just gives you kind of some of the properties and events and everything that you can use with this. This is the MDN docs. So you can refer to this as kind of a supplement to this project. So let's jump in, and I just want to go over the file structure. So we have in the music folder, I have 3 different MP3s, and of course you can use your own. These are just some basically like free stock music that I found, and these will be in the resources if you want to use them. And then for the album covers, we have 3 images here as well, because the player will actually display the album covers and we'll have them spin kind of like a record as well. So let's start off with the HTML. We'll just go ahead and create a boilerplate here. Call this music player, and we're going to link in our style sheet. And then we're also going to be using Font Awesome. I'm just going to go ahead and paste in the Font Awesome 5 CDN here from Cloudflare. And then let's link our script down here. So this is going to be script.js. Okay, so for the body, we're going to have an H1 with the music player title. And then we're going to have a class of music container as well as an ID of music container. And inside here, we're going to have a class of music info. So this is essentially the part that when we play the song, this will kind of pop up and show the progress bar. So inside here, I'm sorry, it'll show the progress bar and the title. So we're going to put the title into an H4. It's actually going to be ID of title, because this is going to be dynamic, obviously. We don't have to put anything inside there. And then we're going to have the progress bar. So the progress bar is going to be wrapped in a class of progress container. I'm also going to give it an ID of progress container. And then inside here, we'll have a div with the class of progress and an ID of progress, and nothing inside. Okay, so now we want to go under the music info. So the music info ends right here. And underneath that, we're going to have the actual audio tag. And this audio tag is going to have an ID of audio. And then we want to put a source in here, which is going to be in our music folder. And I'm just going to put the first song that I want to load, which is the ukulele.mp3. And of course, you can use a different song if you want. And then we're going to have our image container class, because we want to show the album cover. So let's put an image tag here. Actually, let's give this image an ID of cover. And then the source is going to be, actually there is no source, that's going to be dynamic. So we can actually get rid of that. For the alt, we'll just say music cover. And so we have, actually I'm sorry, we do want to put a source. It will change, but we'll load the initial image, which will be the ukulele album. So images/ukulele JPEG. Okay, under the image container, we're going to have the navigation, so class navigation, and this is going to have basically the play button, the forward and back button. So let's create a button here, and we're going to give this an ID of prev, because it's going to be the previous button, and it's going to have a class of action-btn. And inside here, we'll have an icon. Let's do Font Awesome, and this is going to be the FA-backward icon. All right, and then what I'll do is let's copy this button down twice. So we want 3 buttons. The second one here is going to have an ID of play, and it's going to have an action button class and also action-btn big, because the play button is going to be bigger than the other 2. And for the icon, we're going to use the FA play. And then this last one here is going to be next for the ID, and it's going to be action button, and then the icon is going to be FA forward. Okay, and then I believe, yeah, that should be it. So if we save this and we open this up with Live Server, it's not going to look too good. So we just have the first image for the first song. We have the play button and the forward and back, and obviously it doesn't do anything yet, but we're going to add the CSS in the next video. So let's just make this a little smaller. Make this a little smaller so we can see both at the same time, and then in the next video we're going to go ahead and start on the CSS.